Hi, this is Karen. I'm with inspiredbygram.com. Welcome to my channel. Today is our Simple Stamping Sunday card. We are going to be using the Sailing Home stamp set from Stampin' Up! And the World of Good Specialty Designer Series paper. So here's our card today. Very simple, using one ink color, which is the Night of Navy ink. And we've got our coordinating envelope, which is a Whisper White medium envelope. So the stamp set I'm going to be using is the Cling stamp set, Sailing Home, and the paper that is on the background of the card front comes from the World of Good Specialty Designer Series paper. So let's just take a look at this paper because it will go really nicely with a Sailing Home stamp set. So lots of world maps, nautical themes. We've got actually a nice mossy meadow pattern here. And the pattern I'm using today on the card is this one right here with the compass. Our ink color is Night of Navy, so we'll get that all ready to go. All right, so now we will do a bunch of stamping here and then we'll assemble and we will call it good. So I've got all my papers that I need to stamp. So this is our focal point piece. This is Whisper White. It's cut 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. The inside panel is 4 by 5 1/4 and it's Whisper White. And we also have a Whisper White medium envelope. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the lighthouse on this piece right here in about 1/2 inch from the bottom. Just stamp it right down there. Since we have the lighthouse, we're going to stamp the inside panel Whisper White, and then we're going to match it all up and stamp our Whisper White envelope right in the corner there, so everything coordinates nicely. All right, so now we're going to take this panel right here again. We're going to ink up the little birds, and the only thing you need to do or make sure of is that you're stamping the birds the correct way rather than upside down. We don't want to do that, so we're going to stamp up here and then we're going to stamp a little bit down there. If you really wanted to, you could add, when I didn't do this on the earlier card, but we could just add some birds right there, and then let's pull in our Whisper White envelope and we'll just, let's see where we're going to do this because we're going to make sure we leave some space. There we go. Okay, so we have all of our stamping all done, so let's make sure we close up that ink pad. We don't want to have an accident. Okay. Oh, actually, no, we didn't. We need to stamp a sentiment, so let's do that real quick. I've got a bunch of them right here just in case I need a stamp extra. So that's just a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. And I got it straight the first time, so we'll call that good. Now we'll assemble the card. Okay, so this is the World of Good Specialty paper. It will also look really nicely this way, so I think I'm gonna actually play with this paper a little bit tonight, and I'm going to adhere the opposite side so you can see what the card looks like made like this. And there's really no pattern on this paper. It's just kind of like a map that's kind of like all blurred out. So it doesn't matter which way it goes. So we got that down. Now we got our Night of Navy piece here, which is cut 3 by 5 1/4. And here's our stamped image here that's going to go right on that panel. And I'm just using the Stampin' Seal on 2 sides because this adhesive is super strong, and you don't really need to go around all 4 sides of your paper. So now we're going to flip this over, and if this was a little bit too long, I would cut it off, but it's actually fine. The card base was a Misty Moonlight, and that was cut 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I've already pre-scored it at 4 1/4. All right, so I'm just gonna line this up, top and bottom, to the World of Good Specialty paper that's underneath, and making sure it's straight, and that's pretty good. And now I'm going to take my sentiment. I've got some mini dimensionals here, and I'm just going to flip this over, and we're going to add 3 to the back side of our sentiment panel. Oops. I like the mini dimensionals because if you do create little banners and sentiment tags like this, they come in really handy. All right, so now we're just going to add this up towards here. Oops, make sure it's going the correct way. I'm just going to add it right about, actually I want to cover up that bird a little bit, so let's put it right there. So it's going edge to edge. And then the last step is going to add that inside panel to the card base. We'll just add our adhesive on the back side, and we'll layer this right down with a 1/4 inch border, top, bottom, left, and right. So there is our simple stamping Sunday card. Here's the card I just made. Here's the other option that you can make, and we've got our coordinating whisper white envelopes, one with the birds and one just plain. So for all your Stampin' needs, you can find me at inspiredbygram.com. Thanks for watching.